Hey everybody, and welcome back to another daily live stream. You don't get much better than this. You do not get much better than this. And of course, it is Monday here in New Zealand. It is still Sunday in the Northern Hemisphere, the USA, Europe, and places like that. So a big welcome to everybody where you are around the world. We have got one of the biggest events on Pulsechain that has gone live today. The Fetch Oracle is live on Pulsechain. It is a huge, huge deal. We're going to be covering a lot, of course, around the liquid loans ecosystem coming up. And from what we can tell, liquid loans will probably be faster to the market than potentially anticipated. So Fetch Oracle is up. And of course, it's probably going to ramp up its services in the future. So we'll be able to get access to that, Oracle reporters and things like that. Non-price data, things like that, I guess, is on the list. But in any case, it's going to be up, and it's up now. And live on Pulsechain. It's probably the biggest utility on Pulsechain since Pulsechain, the blockchain itself. So it's going to open up a whole big swathe or second wave of protocols. We've already had a few launch without the Oracle, but this can unleash some of the biggest protocols on the Pulsechain, such as Liquid Loans, Power City, and many others that we're going to talk about later on. So it's going to be a huge, huge deal. So what a nice little gift there for the end of the week or the beginning of the week, depending where you are. And of course, we're still in November. So looking very good for that November time frame still, with a couple of days to spare, haven't we? It's the 27th here, 26th. So we've got a few days to go, 4 or 5 days. So really exciting news. You don't get much bigger than this. Fantastic. Now, I'm hoping to try and get Liquid Loans team on the channel. We'll try and I'm just working on that. So look forward to that coming up as well. And we've also got a huge interview coming up on Wednesday here on Hex Token, Superman Crypto, and Pulsechain YouTube with one of the top ecosystem founders. That is Jacob, is going to be on the show from BNB Pop Pulsepot, TYRH GameFi, TYCZ, DeFi Binance, and of course PUSD Algo, which is going to be an incredible stablecoin and miner. So a huge ecosystem dropping on Pulsechain with really the best innovations that DeFi can offer. We're going to be interviewing Jacob from that team, which is pretty amazing. Should we just call it Jacob's ecosystem for the time being? It's going to be a big interview on Wednesday. You do not want to miss that. That is coming up. And we're going to be looking at interviewing as many of the big protocols launching in the second wave now that Fetch Oracle is up as possible. So look forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited, man. I'm so excited. All right, so let's get into the chat and see who's in the house. We're going to get into some of these things. We've got Lights Beneath. Hello, how are you today? Looking good. Ultimate Strategy course every day, regardless of what we're talking about, is Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLXX, Incentive for the Win. That is the golden crypto of Richard Hart, and we are maxi backer of that. But we also like lots of other opportunities in crypto too. So we've got a pretty open mind here on the channel and in our Discord. We've got Scott V in the house there. Let's go. Hey, Scott V, good. Welcome to the chat. Nice to see your name in here. Make sure you visit on a regular basis. We're just going to be ramping up some amazing content on Pulsechain. It's going to be incredible. Morning, all. Good to see Craig Pitt. Welcome to the chat, as always. And I love these Hex Token channel members in the list as well. So really cool. Thank you so much for supporting the YouTube channel over the years. Pretty cool. Hexforce 1 has landed. Hello, Superman Hexkins. Hey, Hexforce 1. Hope you are doing well. It's very sunny outside. I've done my walk early again. What is it? Day 107, I think I'm on. I just did. Maybe it was day 107. Amazing, right? I've done over 100 days. It's 107. You guys know I'm targeting 300 days. So wish me well on that. So far, so good. We've got, let me just get a weird black screen on my screen here. Let me see if I can, I have no idea what's causing that. But we got hello from the great state of Texas. Thanks for your constant news. Much appreciated, this Pulsechain trainer. Hey, you're most welcome, man. It is a pleasure. And you guys know I love this. We're sharing the journey together. That's what I always say. And on this channel, we're pretty much exclusively documenting the launch of Pulsechain, aren't we? So you get everything on here that's like what that I think is valuable on the Pulsechain launch. So it's really an archive now of Pulsechain on Hex Token, Superman Crypto, and Pulsechain YouTube channel, which is pretty awesome. Joey Torres in the house there. Hi all. Good to see you, Joey. Welcome to the chat. We got Brennan as well, one of our moderators and TA expert in the Discord. Big shout out to Brennan. And who else is there? Harry Williams. Yo. What's up, everybody? Welcome, Harry. Adam Chadwick in the house there. Welcome, and good to see you too. I know all these names, by the way. So I think we've had a couple of new names in the chat there, which is nice to see. We've got Archie in the house there. Archie brings the alpha in our Discord, Superman, and of course in our strategy club. So pretty cool. Every time I go to say strategy club, I go Superman. I don't know why, but that's just what happens. We got Ryan Torres as well. Is Power Cities what live yet? Well, that's coming up, folks. So we're going to be talking about that. I've got a little pre-update for that. So let me pull that up, actually. Thank you so much for reminding me, Ryan. We were going to talk about that quickly. Just give me one moment here. This was I was supposed to set that up. So let me pull that up as well. We're doing things a bit backwards today. We're going to be talking about the project updates first. So that is normally we do the markets first. We're going to be doing the project updates first. So that's going to be cool. We'll get into that. Thank you so much, Ryan. We've got Blobfish King, the emoji king. Welcome, Blobfish King. We got Van Sam as well. Hi, all. Good to see you, Van Sam. Man, we've got a few new names in the chat there. Wonderful to see. Make sure you guys come back on a regular basis. We're here every day, coming all the alpha. So make sure you stay steady. And if you, all of you new people that have come into the chat today, if you haven't joined our Discord, join as a general member. That's $5.16 a day. Links in the video description. If you want to get all the alpha, get the edge, get the early intel on some of the best protocols out there so that you have the edge, then get into our strategy club on Discord. So that also includes the general membership and all access to the Discord. So get in there, folks. It is ramping up. We've got a big founder coming in to Discord for the strategy club coming up probably in about a week's time. So you do not want to miss this. We're going to bring you all the alpha early. So it gives you the advantage in crypto. You know how important that is. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to make that strategy club a place to be. The place to be. All right. What else we got going here? We're going to get into Pulsechain. Morning, Superman. Looking like another celebration incoming. Cannot wait for LL. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing the big sacrifices on Pulsechain, and Pulsex use Power City and Liquid Loans, or Liquid Loans and Power City, respectively. It's going to be a lot of fun. Pulsechain, I agree with you. We got Property View in the house there. Great show. Thanks, Property View. Appreciate your support. Big shout out to you. And Pulsex says, morning, Superman. Looks like another celebration. Oh, we got a double up on that one, Pulsechain. You must be on two channels. Hey, we got Sandy Beach back. Woohoo! Good to see you, Sandy Beach. Welcome back, Sandy Beach. And nice to see you recovered and back up and running. Sandy Beach is one of the most amazing community members and also happens to be a moderator in our Discord and on YouTube. So big shout out to Sandy. And of course, an influencer in her own right on X social platform, and does a lot around our health and fitness. Sandy got me inspired, and now what? Look what has happened. I've done 107 days of walking thanks to Sandy. So big shout out. We got Blobfish King. No, we're up to there. Humberto. Yeah, Humberto. Yo. Cheers, Superman and RH family. Good to see you. And we got also Pac-Man in the house there. Finally, LL finally says Pac-Man. Indeed. Hello, Hex Token and everybody. Big shout out from Sandy. Finally, to wrap it up for our intro, which is kind of the longest intro I've done for a while. Thank you. I'm still recovering for another 4 to 6 weeks. Well, we wish you the best recovery there, Sandy Beach, and God bless you and your recovery. All right, let's get into it, folks. Let's go into the big news today, and let us get reset up here, and let us go to the latest. So here we are. This is Crypto Crazy, the CEO of Liquid Loans. This is a professional team, by the way, on Pulsechain. They are the biggest sacrifice outside of Pulsechain and Pulsex. They're the number one, I guess you call, independent outside Richard Hart. So they did about a $51 million US dollar sacrifice. Man, it was a lot of fun at the time. If you guys remember, if you were back then, it was pretty amazing. Now, these guys are a professional team. And of course, they run like corporate style, and they do an incredible job. As you guys know, Walrus, a well-known community member who used to be working for the How to Pulse team, is now their growth manager, marketing growth manager for Liquid Loans. Does an amazing job pumping out lots of great information every day. So that's from Walrus. And we're definitely hoping to get the team on this channel as with the launch of Liquid Loans coming up. So we're trying to organize that best we can. The other thing, of course, is they've just launched the big deal, which is the Pulsechain Fetch is live. So we're going to hear from Crypto Crazy. He just did a video earlier talking about this. So let's get straight into it without any further ado here. Let's go.
Wanted to let you know that Fetch is now live. We're very excited about this. We have the audit report back from Halborn. We had some issues to resolve, nothing major, but really important for us to go through that process with the Halborn team. So The exciting news for us, though, is that Fetch is doing exactly as we had hoped. It's working really, really well for us. At this point in time, what we're focusing largely on is the integration process between Fetch and Liquid Loans. We're very close, guys. So this is a bit of a heads up. Liquid Loans is next. And obviously with Fetch now on mainnet, we will be going through a series of tests to make sure that it integrates well with Liquid Loans. Predominantly now, that's our focus. Liquid Loans has been available now for 3 months, obviously on testnet. The integration testing obviously is going to happen, and we need to go through that process before we can release on mainnet, but we are very, very close. So hopefully you guys have had an opportunity of playing around with Liquid Loans, and now we're just on the countdown, guys. So we're very excited about where we're at. I had the pleasure of meeting a community member just recently. It was really exciting to hear what he has planned, because it kind of reinforces the reason why Dave and I actually looked at Liquid Loans as an option for the community. And that is that what we really want to see happening is people using the protocol in a way that they can extract value without ever having to sell. And the rationale behind that is you never want to sell an appreciating asset. And more importantly, by not selling the asset, you are in fact avoiding any taxable event that may occur. So in this situation, this fellow is actually looking to pay off his home loan, which we're really, really happy about. So fundamentally, he'll be extracting value using the protocol and using those funds to actually pay off his home loan, which is such a fantastic outcome. And it's exactly why Liquid Loans was actually developed. This is just one clear example as to why you would want to use Liquid Loans. And again, it's not something that you would do lightly. You need to make sure that your collateral levels are right and that you don't subject yourself to a potential liquidation. But in this instance, this fellow is actually looking to pay off his home loan and do that in a way that he hasn't sold his pulse, he's just extracted value. And most importantly, it also hasn't created a taxable event for himself. So we're really, really happy about that. So guys, if you have any other suggestions as to how people might use Liquid Loans, just add them to the comments below. Obviously, this is one great example. There's many others, but certainly we'd like to hear from you in terms of how the community may benefit from using the protocol.
All right, so some huge news, as you can see. So the Fetch Oracle is live on Pulsechain. This is a massive event. Like I say, it's the biggest thing in my view outside Pulsechain blockchain launching itself, which happened on the 10th of May. Earlier this year. It is a big deal. Why is it such a big deal? Well, it allows decentralized price calls and non-price calls to a lot of third-party protocols. So it basically invites a lot of protocols out there that need price calls, RNGs, and things like that to come on, and it's going to be a big, big deal. So we're going to be seeing Liquid Loans obviously coming up very shortly after this. We're going to be, after the testing, as Crypto Crazy said, we're also going to see Power Cities ecosystem roll out, and that's going to be huge, folks. Really massive ecosystems launching on Pulsechain. These are high quality DeFi lending protocols, and they have much more added on to it. Stable coins as well. So we've got CST at the moment. We're going to have PUSD and a PDXC as well. It's going to be amazing. And then of course we're also covering a PUSD from the Jacobs ecosystem as well. These are massive ecosystems, and they're all at the frontier. It's going to be so good for Pulsechain, honestly. You guys have waited patiently, and it's all starting to happen. So a big deal here. We've obviously got more coming up as well with a lot of other protocols that will be needing this, like Win-Win. We're going to be talking about that. So let's quickly go to that on the roadmap. This is our roadmap, as you guys know. So we've got the Fetch Oracle out today. Yay, that's it. We're also waiting, obviously, for these. Everything in blue is going to require the Fetch Oracle there. So we've got Power City, Liquid Loans, Barista, of course, which will be on top of Liquid Loans. And, of course, PulsePot there, the world's first peer-to-peer crypto casino. And, of course, Win-Win as well, which is a staking GameFi hybrid. So it's going to be pretty neat as well. We're also going to have a few others that are going to be coming on here. It's going to be pretty neat to see that play out as well. We're going to have, this is going to also open up a whole ton of new projects that are not even announced yet on Pulsechain to be able to come to Pulsechain because of a decentralized Oracle. So it's going to be a pretty big deal there. So that is it. And here is the website, of course, for Fetch Oracle. So if you want to see how it works, we will be going through this on the channel at some stage with the Fetch Oracle. So we're going to be pretty cool doing that. I may get a specialist on to do that, but we will definitely do a layman's job of it as well. But the Fetch Oracle is pretty cool. Now, there's going to be this is probably going to ramp up. Imagine the features ramping up, Fetch Oracle. They've basically got the basic price calls in there at the moment, so we'll be looking forward to talking more about that. but that is a link to the website, fetchoracle.com, if you want to see it. Also, obviously, the Twitter account is there as well, Fetch Oracle, so you can also follow that. So do give them a follow. It will be an important role there. You will be able to, for some people, will be able to become Fetch Oracle reporters, and you can actually earn the Fetch token doing that. That will be coming up in the future. So there's more to come from the Fetch Oracle. It's not just live on the main chain, but we'll get a lot more about the interface and things like that. So stay tuned for all that good stuff. More to come from Fetch Oracle, indeed. So, but really good to see it on the actual mainnet now, moving from private testnet to mainnet. Big deal. And we look forward to that Fetch Oracle continue to roll out. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that's a big deal. And obviously, it's going to open up liquid loans. So liquid loans will be ramping up here. And of course, they have a pretty big audience too, 17,200 followers on X social platform alone. And they are constant with their marketing. So they have a big reach. They'll also have a big audience amongst the big whales is out there as well, that will be able to use this protocol and take off a lot of their tokens from Sacrifice and then put them in liquid loans. It's a good exit strategy for some of them. They can borrow on it, of course, and a good revenue stream as well. They can also pick up stable coins too and go buy more of the good stuff like Pulse and PulseX, and obviously put Pulse in the liquid loans and recycle that. We will be talking about strategies in the future as well, not just the Fetch Oracle, not just liquid loans. We'll be talking about strategy of how to use liquid loans, like the haunted strategy, the hot pool strategy, and other strategies that's coming up too. So there's going to be a lot of content in the next couple of weeks. So enjoy that. And the other big thing, of course, is the other big juggernaut is going to be Power City. And Power City is coming up there with Just Ask Jesse and the rest of the team. They have multiple protocols that will be hitting Pulsechain, and these are all fantastic. These are the beautiful gems of DeFi. So we're going to have the Power City core. So if you sacrifice for Power City, they're going to have Power City core up there. I think Power City all up has it been about $20 million, something like that, all up for Power City, something like that from memory. Portal X, of course, is already up and running. You can use that. That's a DEX aggregator, cross-chain bridge. So that's really cool. And of course, they've got their Power City Core Earn protocol and Amplifier and Accelerator coming up. And of course, finally, the Pixel Park. So I've got a little update around that. So let me just read that out. Power City will next deploy, it's going to next deploy its Amplifier. So if we go to the Amplifier here, that's this product here. So the Amplifier is a custom front end to the Earn, liquid loans, and liquidity protocols. So this is a big deal. So with liquid loans launching, the Amplifier is going to be launching soon too. So there's going to be a whole, like I said, a whole juggernaut of protocols launching. It's going to be a pretty big deal. So the Amplifier coming up here. Amplifier is an automated front end to earn protocol and liquid loans. So you're going to see that happening as well. So we've got, think about it. We've got a couple here. We're going to have Barista, and we're also going to have Power City bringing some protocols front ends as well, which is pretty neat. So these trustless crypto lending protocols mint a stablecoin by locking up crypto assets as collateral. Amplifier simplifies the operation of minting and staking while also automating several compounding strategies, so you don't need to continually track market prices to the time and the strategies properly. So it's going to be really, really useful from that point of view. We're going to be talking about a lot of the strategies, like I say, like the haunted strategy and other stuff like that. And we will be getting some specialists in to talk about this, give you the extra edge when you're dealing with liquid loans and Power City protocols. Going to be a big deal. So Amplifier is coming up next. After that, of course, we're going to see, let's see here, you're going to be able to play with that on testnet soon. And then they're making the final mainnet preparations, and then they're going to connect up this to the Fetch Oracle as well. So the next ones we're going to see is going live. We're going to see the Power City Core going live, and that's on testnet already. So if you haven't seen that, that is pretty awesome. And so if you sacrifice for Power City, it's going to be pretty neat. You're going to be able to stake your Watt token in there once you get that. And of course, you'll be able to, you've got that, you'll be able to stake that in there, and you'll be able to earn, in here, you'll be able to stake that. So it's going to be pretty cool. I don't know, I've got a few, I'm not on the wrong network here. So let me just change the Pulsechain testnet. Let me have a look here. Pulsechain testnet, where are you? Let us go. Whoop-de-doo. Is that what we rock and roll? All right, let's refresh that. All right. Just on the wrong blockchain there. So this is coming out as well. So we've got the core coming out. There's going to be a huge deal. So if you sacrifice for Power City, you're going to be able to put a stake in here and do all the cool stuff. This is an amazing website, this core site. I really think they've done a terrific job here. It's going to be pretty neat. The other thing, of course, is coming up after that is going to be the Amplifier. So this one here. So Power City Core is coming. Amplifier is going to be on testnet, and then that's going to be launching as well as a front end for liquid loans with all the strategies. And then, of course, the Earn protocol here. So the Earn protocol is on testnet as well. So let's have a quick look at that. So that's already on testnet. That's coming to mainnet as well. It's going to be a pretty heavy month or two ahead of us because we've got these juggernauts launching. And of course, this is going to be amazing. Now, this is the own Power City's own fork of Liquidity. Just like Liquid Loans is forked Liquidity for Pulse, this is forked Liquidity for Pulse X. So it's going to be super bullish for Pulse X. It's going to be amazing for that. People will be able to put their Pulse X in here, and you know how much Pulse X is out there, lots of it. We'll put it in here, borrow stablecoin PXDC, and then we're going to be able to go and buy more Pulse X and more Pulse. It's going to be great. So we're really looking forward to this. We're taking off, and of course we're just in what month number 7. So it's still very early as well to do that, and people are going to be really enjoying this. So looking forward to that. So that's the order there for Power City. They're going to have the Amplifier on testnet shortly, and then of course they're going to launch Power City Core with Fetch. Power City Core and the Amplifier, and then of course the Earn protocol is going to be hooked up to Fetch there for Pulse X. And of course they're also, in addition to the Fetch Oracle, Power City's also got their own internal Oracle as well. So they'll be using some sort of hybrid there, at least at the beginning. So going to be pretty cool for that. And that is a Power City looking good. Now we're going to try and do more on Power City coming up. But of course, Pixel Park is going to be followed in at the end. And of course, you guys know that is NFT marketplace number 6 out of 7. We've got 5 launched already. Pixel Park will be number 6. And apparently they've got some secret sauce that nobody else has got. And it's going to be pretty epic. So we're looking forward to that. Obviously, number 7 marketplace is going to be from 9mm ecosystem, which is going to be pretty awesome. So I like a little bit of competition. And we're going to have 7 NFT marketplaces on Pulsechain, all competing for that growing market, which has pretty much exploded. And of course, here on Hex Token channel, Superman Crypto, we covered the NFT market almost exclusively, I think, first as one of the influencers in the Pulsechain Hex space, which has been a privilege. And we really helped to get that NFT market going. If you're not familiar, that's the 721 contracts, 1155 contracts, and it was a good time. We got to help to kick that off because I just thought it was being undercovered. Obviously, one always covers the tokens, but not so much the NFTs. So pretty cool. So looking really good on that. Let us jump back here. So that's all the big news today. We'll be covering this a lot more in depth in the weeks and months ahead. This is a juggernaut, and yeah, really excited to see that. And we're going to have some people on the channel to cover all this details. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Stay tuned. This is just a teaser, just an overview now that the Fetch Oracle is live. Number 5 is alive. In this case, the Fetch Oracle is alive, which is pretty awesome. Let's go to some of the comments here about this, because I know many of you have been waiting for this. You guys realize this is really like opening up the floodgates of protocols with the Fetch Oracle out. It really is a big deal. It's been holding up a lot of the big teams until it was right to launch. And now it is right to launch, and it's live now. So it's pretty exciting. Let's go through some of the comments here. Who else has jumped in here? Let me go through here. We got up to there, I think. We got up to Humberto. We got any comments here? We've got Brennan in there. Ryan Torres says, suggestion, Liquid Loans team should launch something cool, burning Titan X next, says Ryan. That's funny, man. That's on Ethereum. So you got to remember it's not on the same pulse chain there. Humberto says, my liquid loan strategy, I borrow, putting up plenty of security, avoid taxes, then reinvest every penny in our ecosystem, then sit on my hands until my PLS grows enough to pay back my loan. I like that one, Humberto. Well done. The biggest thing since sliced bread, says Brennan. Indeed. Did I say that? I'm not sure. Did you say that? Who said that? Hey, we've got 71 people watching at the moment. Big shout out to everybody. Don't forget, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. And don't forget, I've got a big, giant interview coming up on Wednesday. You do not want to miss this. This is going to be with Jacob's ecosystem. We're going to be covering a lot of protocols. This is going to be so busy the next month or two leading into Christmas and the new year. We've got so much big stuff launching on Pulsechain. Do not miss it. Do not miss the show, because we are covering it every day. You don't want to miss all the alpha, honestly. And if you want to go that next level, get into our Discord. The link's in the video description. And of course, if you want to go even further, get all the secret sauce, then get into our strategy club. We're going to be ramping that up. It's not officially launched yet, so get in early while you can. And we got some pretty good stuff coming up for that. You don't want to miss it. So good times. Bright Lights in the house there. What's up? Been a while. Hey, it has been a while, Bright Light. I still remember your name, though. Good to see you in the chat there. We got Frank Media, When Liquid Loans. It's coming very soon. So maybe within the week is possible. We'll see how they go with their checks and balances. What else there? Genuine says, oops, missed the time. Never mind, Genuine, you're in there now. What else is in house? We got Crypto Truth, Happy Moments. What's up, Hex family? Absolutely awesome. Awesome time. We're having a great time. It's the weekend too, or Monday here down under, but we rock and roll. Wookie's with the cool kids. Good to see you, Wookie. One of our moderators. Moonmud as well. Happy Thanksgiving weekend to you all, fine Hexkins. You too, Moonmud. Welcome to the chat. Genuine says, hope we'll get staked automatically in the core. I thought I heard Pete Power City say that a while ago. Now, let's pull it up, actually. Let's pull it up because we're going to go to Power City again, and I want to talk about this Portal X. So if you guys know, Portal X is a DEX aggregated cross-chain bridge. They use particular mechanisms with their cross-chain bridge, really kind of a transfer swap pool from the looks of it. They used to use OKX, if you remember. Now, they've probably been earning a lot of fees in here, a lot of fees, being one of the top DEX aggregators and cross-chain. They've probably been earning a lot of fees in here, which means this Power City core must have quite a bit of quite a big bounty inside of it waiting for the rewards. So I'm sure that the people that have got Watt token will be pretty happy because Portal X has been out for a long time now, earning probably a lot of fees. So wink, wink, should be good for you guys if you're in the Power City core staking your Watt token, because there might be some pretty big revenue going into that from the looks of it. So remember that all these products here, the Portal X, Earn, Accelerate, Amplifier, Pixel Park, they earn fees and they go to the Power City core. That's where all the revenue goes. And of course, if you got the Watt token, you stake it there and you're going to get share that revenue. And these are all top protocols. This is not little risky ones. This is really good utilities on Pulsechain. So that's going to be pretty cool. All right. Good point there, though, Genuine. Passive income says Pulsechain is the new deal in crypto. Absolutely, man. It's going to ramp up pretty awesome. Now, the big powerful thing with Fetch launching and Liquid Loans and Power City and all the other ancillary protocols is that you're going to get a leverage lending coming in stable coins. So it really just amplifies the ecosystem. And we're only at the beginning of a bull market, right? So the very first couple of stages, I call it stage 2 at the moment. We're almost about to hit stage 3. We cracked that 39K to 40K. It's going to be pretty powerful. So really is getting good. Get excited, man, because we're going to have a nice, fun 18 months ahead of us. It looks really good. Pulse gains, says Brennan. Absolutely. Any word on Tetra staking? Tetra staking, yes, we have got an update on that. I must well do that now since we're already at the front end of the stream. Tetra staking here. This is when we're expecting it, maybe at the end of November here. Staking pools. They are working on limit orders as their priority right now. So they pushed staking pool back. That was supposed to launch already, but last Friday, but they pushed that back. They're working on their limit orders at the moment. So staking pools, I put this as an arbitrary date here, but they just said it be a bit later. So it's going to be either the end of November or the beginning of December is the Tetra staking pools. Keep a lookout for that. But in the meanwhile, limit orders. Now, these are not limit orders. You know how 9inch has limit orders? They have limit orders for their own liquidity, but Tetra is going to be doing it, as I understand, for Pulsex because they've got their DEX, their V2 DEX, V3 DEX, and there's no news around the V3. It's actually 9mm V3 DEX. So we're going to be waiting for limit orders there routing through. So look forward to that on their DEX. All right. Who else has jumped in here? Genuine says, I'm going to miss everything in December. Going away, says Genuine. Well, it's always, you can always watch it on replay, Genuine, because it's going to be on this channel. We've got 75 people in the house at the moment. Great to see you all. If you love daily coverage of Pulsechain and all the alpha projects coming up, you do not want to miss this channel. Either on Superman Crypto, Hex Token channel, or Pulsechain YouTube. We're streaming to over 10,500 subscribers. And if you haven't joined our Discord, we've got the #1 Discord for Pulsechain, Hex, and all the projects in the community. And of course, we got on there nice and early. So get in there, become a member. The link's in the video description. You can join our general membership or our strategy club, which you do not want to miss. That is going to have so much alpha in it in the weeks and months ahead. Definitely get in there. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Now, the other one, of course, is Brennan says, keep collecting your Bean token. Absolutely. Now, we haven't talked about that, but that is coming up too. You can see here, Barista is going to be launching. Now, if you haven't seen that, Barista is pretty cool. And that is from the Magic Carpet Ride 369 team. And that's coming up on Pulsechain too. So let's bring that up quickly. Cannot not mention them. So this is pretty neat. Now, apparently you might get an airdrop if you. This is on testnet, Pulsechain testnet v4 at the moment. It's obviously going to be launching after the liquid loans. As a front end, you're going to be earning extra yield in the sense that you're going to be able to get Bean token, and it has automatic auto rebalancing as well. So that's an extra feature that you're going to get here using the Barista front end. You're going to earn Bean token and auto rebalancing of the stability pool, which is going to increase your yield potential, right? So that's going to be pretty neat. Now, if you are mining Bean here at the moment, you'll be able to also potentially might get an airdrop, which would be pretty cool in the old Bean token. So definitely, if you haven't got onto that, definitely get on there and start playing on testnet v4 because you might get, you never know, you might get an airdrop. They have talked about that, so stay tuned for that. All right, that's from Magic Cup Ride 369. Yeah, boy. All these protocols, don't the UIs all look so good? They are so good. So hats off to all these teams because they really have delivered some really nice UIs and a user experience there. So yeah, Fetch Oracle, liquid loans maybe even earlier. It may be on the back end here of the month. So we're going to leave it on the 30th here. We're going to put it on the 30th here. We're also going to move Power City a bit earlier. But let's see how we get on here at the moment. So we're going to have Power City there too. And Barista, of course, coming up as well, might be launching earlier than later. So we'll keep a tabs on this. So this is kind of tentative dates. And then, of course, Pulse possibly middle of December, win-win, maybe middle of December, question mark. So these are all going to be big protocols, all needing the Fetch Oracle. So this is the thing that opens the floodgate to all these and many other protocols launching. Obviously, Power City is an ecosystem, Liquid Loans is an ecosystem, and of course, the Pulse Pot is part of Jacob's ecosystem there. And of course, we've got win-win coming, which I'm pretty excited for that as well. We'll hopefully get you more details on that as well. So that we know win-win was waiting for the Fetch Oracle. So stay tuned. Going to be really, really exciting times. All right, what else are we going to talk about? I think we're almost up to date on that. We got Magic Cup Ride in the house there. Hey, good to see you, Magic Cup Ride. Good thing we just talked about your projects. There we go. There we are, Magic Cup Ride. Get in on it, folks. Play. It's all about become real here. Magic Cup Ride's about to go fully operational, about to hit that green button. Let's go. So big, awesome stuff there. And thanks for the shout out. You're most welcome, Magic Cup Ride. Magic Cup Ride has really delivered so much good stuff. And I like it. Magic Cup Ride's got their own ecosystem of protocols now. We're going to have Stakehouse for Hex pools. I covered the Stakehouse, by the way, Magic Cup Ride yesterday in our Discord, under just general Discord presentation. We did the future of Hex. I did that on Saturday and Sunday, Kiwi time. And of course, we had a really good session yesterday. And I definitely included your Stakehouse in that. The other thing, of course, is they're doing Barista, of course, which is coming out for liquid loans. And they're doing Bistro as well, which is going to be over the counter. Yes, you want over the counter, you want to do a deal with a mate. Well, they're going to have over counter product there on Pulsechain too. So if you want to do some deals with people, you can do that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. All right, who else is in here? Hexcavator. Hey gang, good to see Hexcavator. There's some beans and coffee for you. Is that a hang 5? Yeah, I'm trying to think what that hand thing is there. We got Blair and SM in the house there. Hi all, good to see you, Blair. Who else there? We got Brennan. I'm ready to win-win. Yeah, win-win there on the old win-win protocol. We'll be covering that once we get more details. 3 Max is awesome. It is awesome, folks. We got 87 people watching. Big shout out. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Don't miss out on this channel because this channel is going to be covering all the alpha. We've now got Strategy Club as well, which is not officially launched. So get in early. The link to Discord Strategy Club is in the video description. It's going to be multiple projects. So definitely you're going to get the alpha on multiple projects there. We're going to have some special guests, including founders, experts. They're going to give you the edge. Intel, of course, going to give you the edge. So get in on all that. Do not miss out. It's going to be amazing. Things are just really warming up. It's going to be so much fun. It's fun to practice on the testnet, collecting the bean. It is indeed. I've done it heaps. In fact, I've done it heaps. I won't do it on lives today, but I've been doing it lots. Good evening, Hex Token family. So check my pulse. You rock, says Magic Cup Ride. Thanks so much. And right back at you. You're doing an amazing job. Keep it up. We love it. Big Kahuna excited too with the emojis. Looking good. Hey, Big K. Big K is one of our latest Strategy Club members in Discord. So big shout out to Big K. I always give Big K the shout outs. We've got Brennan as well. Looking at Wookie. Brennan and Wookie are like two peas in a pod, those two. That's the first time I ever said that. That's funny. All right, so Hex Token Discord, join up today. Don't want to miss it, man. We're going to be officially launching after our third session. We've had two sessions. We're going to have our third session. Once we do that, we've sort of ironed out all the issues, and hopefully we'll have a pretty smooth operational there for the strategy club. If you want to get the edge, the early intel, hear from, have a chance to talk to founders inside there when we invite them, then definitely queue that. We've got a big one coming up for that soon. Who else is here? Paul C says, any pre-citations for liquid loans? I'll have to look up my dictionary there, Paul C. All I expect is it to do well. That's how I put it that way. If you're saying predictions, I expect it to do very well indeed. And all the big players to use it. So if you're a big player, get out there and use liquid loans. It's going to be a win-win for everybody. All right. Woohoo, says Astrid. Absolutely. All right. So we've got 83 people watching at the moment. Subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Let's get on to it, folks. That is a big update. Let's see how Pulsechain's going. But before we get into Pulsechain, we're going to get into Richard Hart. So this is the second half of the live stream now. We're going to get into the market updates. Stay tuned for that, and the highest of stakes coming up as well. So stay tuned for that. So Richard Hart posted this out earlier. Why is Bitcoin less decentralized than Pulsechain? Because in Pulsechain, you don't care about power prices or cooling or specialized hardware, and you don't have to care as much about variance of reward because becoming a validator is so affordable compared to the price of equipment you'd have to pay to solo mine, even in a single Bitcoin block. You don't make the power company rich because it's not proof of work, which is really proof of waste. Some people like that for the environment. Thus, Pulsechain is forever skewed to being more decentralized than Bitcoin. The Pulsechain.com architecture is beyond superior to Bitcoin, 4x higher throughput, thousands of times lower fees, saves the environment, decentralized exchanges, smart contracts. The only thing Bitcoin has going for it is big dollar liquidity. And I remember that the best time to have bought BTC was when its liquidity was the lowest. And that's from Richard Hart today. A very big alpha there from him, and a great commentary to lead us into the Pulsechain update, which is day 198. Can you believe it? We're almost at 200 days. My goodness. Will liquid loans be launching on day 200? We'll find out. Stay tuned for more. It's going to be pretty awesome. So we've got liquid loans there at quadruple 059, down 2.82%, which means you can pick up more in the DCA strategy. We're at 59% of the sacrifice price at the moment on day 198. Pulsex at the moment, quadruple 0173, down 4.3% at the moment. And of course, the buy and burn is looking pretty good. 570.8 billion has been bought up and burned. That's part of the superior tokenomics of Pulsechain. Remember, I always liken the total supply of Pulsex and Pulse is like a big balloon, and particularly for Pulsex, as it's been bought up and burned. So everything that trades on Pulsex or through Pulsex through a DEX aggregator or something like that buys up and burns the amount of Pulsex supply. And of course, it's like a balloon that has its air breathing out or whatever, bleeding out. It's sort of like that, or leaking out. And of course, the balloon just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And of course, I really like this because we're at 2.77% is being brought up and burned on the old Pulsex. So it's pretty amazing. And so you can imagine that balloon has got 2.77% smaller in its area. So it's pretty awesome there, volume and area. So pretty neat. Incentive token there, we're at 70 cents, down 5%. One incentive token will get you 11,867 pulse at the moment. The amount of supply is probably getting around about 7.5 million incentive tokens, probably somewhere in that ballpark. The buy and burn is 115,000 through the TRH GameFi protocol. And don't forget, on Wednesday, I'm having the founder and super dev, Jacob, coming on to talk about his ecosystem on Wednesday. So I'll be setting that up today. Stay tuned for that. That's going to be pretty cool. We're going to have a lot of content around Jacob's ecosystem with some of the very best quality protocols coming to Pulsechain. It's going to be really fun to see, including the fourth stablecoin, PUSD Algo. And of course, I covered that yesterday. I'm going to be covering that more moving ahead. The sacrifice is now open for that protocol. It's going to be a lot of fun for sure. Now, PHEX there at the moment is at 1.05 cents, down 1.8%. And EHEX is at 61 hundredth of a penny. So the combined price of EHEX PHEX is at 1.66 cents. And of course, that's a good time to DCA as well. So those are some of the highlights there. Let's have a look at the charts quickly. We've got the charts here. Let me just auto this and get rid of our overlay for the projects. And you can see that we're sort of in the bottom half of the Bollinger Bands at the moment. Remember, the top half, the top blue line is the top 95%. The bottom blue line is the bottom 5% of the price range. The sort of light blue area is the price range there. The orange line is the 50% mark there. So we're in the bottom part of that at the moment. Let's have a look at the RSI. RSI is pretty much down at 44, so pretty cooled off at the moment. Actually haven't brought up the market prices, so let's bring up the market prices just to see how the general crypto is looking. where BTC is down 1% and ETH is down 1%, but still looking very, very good. We're waiting for that breakout though, right? Up to 40K for the next leg up. That's the next leg, phase 3 as I call it. We're waiting for that. So we really need to get past 38, which is the high recently. We need to break 39,000, which is kind of like the mean break-even point from the last bull market. And so we really need to get over 40K or more. Really targeting somewhere between 41 and 42.5K would be very nice. That's going to set us very well up. Don't forget, we're coming into the second window for the SEC and the Bitcoin ETFs. There are 12 Bitcoin ETFs and 7 Ethereum ETFs. So both Bitcoin and Ethereum could have a ton of money. We're talking billions, tens of billions of dollars. And of course, that gets multiplied in a multiplier effect. And of course, it can add trillions of dollars to the crypto market. And of course, that can feed back through into Pulsechain. So we're looking forward to that. And this is the biggest thing you could possibly imagine outside all the countries of the world's governments adopting of crypto, having all the private capital markets allocating a percentage of their money into crypto. And of course, we saw BlackRock talking about a flight to quality, which is unbelievable wording, a flight to quality, but it also means a flight to control as well, because they control a certain amount of market share, and they'll also have a certain amount of the same thing they do in stock market and bond markets. They will be doing in crypto, right? They're already doing it, but they'll have even more influence relative to that. So pretty exciting here. Bitcoin, Ethereum, ETFs, 10th of January, 11th of January is when we're expecting that second window. Fingers crossed that goes through. 90% chance by most commentators. We'll see how we get on, of course. And we could have a nice big rally over Christmas and the new year leading into that date. So pretty cool. Right. And will it be buy the rumor, sell the news, or will it be buy the rumor and buy the news? Because all that capital coming in. And of course, if it does get approved on the 10th, 11th of January, it's about a month later before they officially open up. But meanwhile, the institutions are on their phones and they're buying crypto. And of course, they're talking to their clients, and that's how it rock and rolls. And then maybe in February, it really starts to pump up there. So stay tuned for that. Crypto's looking pretty good, and that's going to flow into Pulsechain, of course. All right, so we got PulseX at the moment. Let's have a look at that. Let's get rid of the overlays here. PulseX here, pretty similar story there as well on the old PulseX there. I think we had, what are the candles there? We had yesterday we had a high of 1820, a low of 1662. The RSI at the moment very cooled off at 42, almost rhymed as well. Incentive token is at 70 cents, and the ratio, of course, is sitting at an all-time low there at 11,858. So that's how much pulse you get for one incentive token. Let's close that out. Now, we've got PHEX, of course, is looking a bit better, actually. We're at 1.04 cents on here, and this thing might really start to rally. We've potentially got a cross here on their MACD. That's a bullish sign. So stay tuned for this. And we've got a very cooled off RSI down at 40. So keep a lookout for PHEX. We've got a big deal happening. So let's pull it in first. We've got the highest of stakes coming up. It's going to be glowing global on streaming services. So really cool. Prime, Apple, and much more. So it's going to be huge. Potentially up to 1.8 billion people watch streaming. And apparently in the US, 3 hours a day is how much people spend watching streaming services. Hey, look, we could get a huge brand exposure like no other crypto community is going to have this. And it's going to be a big deal. And it could play out for years to come with people just surfing their streaming service like Apple TV and then finding high stakes, watching it, and then getting inquisitive and saying, hey, I wonder what that looks like. And they go have a look. But even more bullish is not just the general population that's seeing the brand awareness, but also those already in DeFi, the low-hanging fruit that may not be participating in the Pulsechain ecosystem, that suddenly realize they've got an airdrop here on Pulsechain. They suddenly realize that there's an opportunity in X that they can see. They look at the chart, maybe they get interested. All sorts of things can play out there. So we'll be looking for that. The reach could potentially be a ginormous. We're talking millions and millions and millions of people are going to be watching this over the years to come on their streaming services. It's going to be pretty neat. Now, obviously, that we're excited about it. Will it do anything for the chart on the 28th? Because obviously we're on the 26th in the US, so on the 28th in 2 days' time, will it do anything for the chart? Watch out, stay tuned. We'll see. But definitely on the TA there, we've got some positive little turnarounds. We almost got a cross here on the MACD. We've got a really not fully oversold, but a relatively oversold price here on the chart. And we've still got a bit of a higher low here from the previous day. So we'll keep a lookout for that. So PX, EX, 28th, keep 2 more days. Let's see what happens to that chart. All right. So this is pretty cool on HEX as well. Pretty similar story. but the RSI is even cool there too, 45. So just need a bit of movement there. And of course, if we also get the highest of stakes on the 28th and we get a breakout on Ethereum, maybe Ethereum does break out to 2400, it could be game on in the rich and hard tokens. And of course, we'll be excited to see that. Now, obviously, building on that, of course, is the launch of liquid loans and, of course, Power City, because they will be able to collateralize Pulse and PulseX. And, of course, that means that you take that off the market. So the supply reduces. You then borrow the stable coins, USDL and PXDC, and you go buy up more of your favorites of Pulse and PulseX. And that is a leverage play on the markets there. So we could see Pulsechain and a PulseX. So Pulsechain and PulseX get massive uplift from that, as well as the highest of stakes coming up as well. So we've got the perfect lineup. The stars are aligning. If we get crypto, if we get liquid loans and Power City, and we get the highest of stakes together, man, glorious. And of course, then we've got about 180 other projects that are launching on Pulsechain as well, with a good number of them already launched. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So really get excited. It's really looking good. Let's go to the validators. Validators at the moment, we've got pretty much all-time highs, 51,224 active validators on Pulsechain. And of course, Pulsechain is the people's chain, with validators around the world looking pretty amazing. We've got 1.64 trillion off the market at the moment, which is about 11% of the public supply, which is 15 trillion. And of course, we're going to have liquid loans launching. That's the bullishness. Liquid loans launches, and man, oh man, game on, because and Power City launches too, because you're going to be able to get so much stuff happening with these validators, with getting even more supply. We got 11% off the market now. Imagine if we get another 10, another 20%. Who knows what we'll get? It's an empirical question, but we'll find the answer pretty soon. But it is a great place. It's a logical place for a lot of the big players who sacrifice for Pulsechain, PulseX, a lot of the new holders as well, to go and use those protocols with even modest leverage, even 10% leverage, 100 or 1,000% collateralized, could still have a massive impact on the protocol. And particularly if people are using the strategies like Haunted Strategy or Hot Pro or any of the others, Hexicat and other strategies, which we will be covering on this channel, it's going to be potentially we could have massive leverage. It's all works for the greater good. And when people are self-interested, how about that? Is that weird? People is that capitalism? Is that the invisible hand? I think it might be. Hey, look, we're talking about capitalism and economics. That's great. All right, so it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so let's get on to the other stuff. Gas prices, super cheap on Pulsechain, which is fantastic for compounded protocols. Like on Ethereum, very difficult for the retail book, but on Pulsechain, a full system state copy of Ethereum, it is easy to do. It's cheap and fast, and of course, compound protocols are amazing. So two special things about the protocols on Pulsechain is, one, you got compounding, easy, cheap as chips. You can do it every single day for less than a penny. And what's the other thing? You can get a share of the rewards. Most of the protocols on Pulsechain are sharing the profit, whereas you go into Ethereum, a lot of the protocols like Uniswap, they take it all for themselves, and you get to share it on our protocols like Internet Money and all the other, just most of the protocols coming on Pulsechain that have that sort of feature. So it's really, really cool in that term. So we can make income basically. So gas prices are really cheap at the moment, 270,000 beats, which is really on the low end. We've got 0.4 of a penny for a PulseX swap, 0.03 of a penny for a Pulsecoin transfer, and 0.08 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer at the moment. We have 4,664 times cheaper than Ethereum. It will cost you $17.30 for a swap on Ethereum at the moment. So way cheaper. Look at what's going to cost you on PulseX, 0.4 of a penny. It's not even half a penny. And you're going to pay $17.35. How many transactions could you do for that on Pulsechain? Tons of them. And we've got 10,500 times cheaper than Bitcoin. And we're only at the beginning of a bull market. Imagine a full bull market where you want to do business. Do you want to pay $150 for a transaction, a swap on Ethereum? Or do you want to pay a cent or two, or a couple of cents on PulseX? I think you know the answer to that. So pretty cool. Even the whales in the last bull market started to get a bit peeved off with the high gas fees. Some of them were paying $500 and things like that, $1,000 for things. And if you saw some of the NFT launches in the last bull market, some people were paying multiple thousands of dollars just to get an issuance of an NFT. So it's insanity on a bull market. So Pulsechain is going to operate very, very well. You'll be able to launch NFTs without causing gas spikes and paying $3,000 just to get an NFT, paying for gas. That's all you're doing. You're just paying for the gas. It's going to the miner, right? So really, really bullish from that point of view. So that is day 198, folks. We're heading towards day 200. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it looks like we've got the biggest second wave of protocols about to be fully unleashed with the Fetch Oracle, which looks pretty badass. I mean, that's an animation of the Fetch Oracle. and I'm excited about it too. So going to be cool. All right, we're going to talk more about that in the future as we rock and roll into that. Let's get into some of the other stuff there. We're going to quickly go to some of the other categories of tokens quickly to see. We'll just pick off any of these highlights. We're 15 minutes in the hour at the moment. We've got about 80 people watching at the moment, so big welcome to everybody. If you're new, definitely smash the subscribe button, hit the like, and hit the bell. And don't forget to hit our Discord link in the video description. Join up today. Get all the alpha as we're covering everything that's going to be rolling out in the highest order. We're going to be covering in depth and giving you the extra alpha there. We're really ramping up for that because we're excited about where Pulsechain's heading. It's going to be so much fun, and we're still at the beginning of the bull market. So you're here at the right time, right place, and in the right platform. All right, so we've got PDOT at the moment is at 000338. We've got Wrap Bitcoin is down to $76 at the moment. We've got a Troper down at a quarter of a penny, down 10%. Maker at $2.80 at down 1.8% there. Treasury Bill is down 8% at 409,100. And of course, Teddy Bear down 9% there at 802,600. SHIB, there are two big meme coins. These are the copies, of course, on Pulsechain. Remember, Pulsechain forked Ethereum on the 10th of May. And of course, here we are, 601,000, so down 3.6% on SHIB. But the one that has been moving the last couple of days is actually down today, 9.5%, and that is Pepe. Pepe has a few protocols that support it as well. One of the NFT markets accepts Pepe for trade as well. So we had 8,500. Let's have a quick look at that chart because that's the one that's actually had a couple of days up. See the couple of days up there, just pulled back yesterday, down a little bit at the moment, but that didn't have a nice little run there the last couple of days. One of the NFTs that you can get, the Pepe one, that gives you Pepe as well. So there's a couple of other options there. Link is pretty much down. Let's have a look at some of these others. I think that's it. Anything doing particularly standing out? No, we're going to move away from that and jump into our third category, which is meme coins. Let's go to meme coins and let's go to have a look here. So Mega is down 7.5%, 4,900. Access Alive is down 6.5%, down to $2,900. Now Access Alive is an influencer in this place and a TA expert, and so that's his numbers there. Reflux is down 1.3%. Now, if you want to learn more about Reflux, I believe that Rags to Rich is another influencer in the space, did a video on that, so you can check that out. Hex Orange Address is down 1% as well. Dogecoin from TrustSwap is down 5%. That's Jeff Kadakis. If you guys know Jeff Kadakis from TrustSwap there, he was doing a lot of Pulsechain when it first launched. I'm not sure how much they've done lately. I haven't been following that too closely, but that's the play. We've got Ben there from BitBoy. That's the copy, of course. Now Ben Armstrong, of course, doing his own thing, down 2.3%. More token from Trayvon, also a Pulsechain influencer, although obviously covers a lot of other projects as well, like Zen and other protocols. That is down 4% at the moment at 8 cents. That's kind of the play there. That's kind of the highlights. Let's go to the main account. This is the number 4 category, of course. The Pulsechain projects, the biggest category, the most important, and of course, which is about to be unleashed with a whole ton of more protocols that we're going to be talking about, which is liquid loans and PowerCity and stuff like that, and more depth. Let's have a look. But instead of by liquidity, we're going to look at the best performances. So weight token from Coast is up 5%. Now, if you want to onboard fiat currency directly to Pulsechain at the moment, you have to do it through the CST stablecoin, which is from the Coast team. If you want to get 5,000 weight tokens, you need to use the link in the video description, which is our community leader Brian's. He is number 2 behind Crypto Coffee, the biggest influencer in the space. So definitely use that. It's a win-win for both of you. And of course, we got what else? We got Plant Token that's up 4%. That's from TRH and Jacob's ecosystem. We've got the Up Token there. We're going to be talking about Up Token. I'm hoping to get the Up Token in the Discord, maybe this crypto chat. We're going to have more updates about Up Token, and that is a token that is based around the liquid loans protocol. And of course, there's strategy there for pumping your bags, basically using liquid loans and leverage. So we're going to talk more about that with the Up Token coming up there. That's basically founded by the Haunted Strategy founder. So we're going to get into that. Weight token there is, which is from Weight token there is up 3.5%. So it's doing pretty well. Communist there is up 3% as well. They're kind of our top 5 at the moment on today, which is looking not too bad. Let's have a look at the 9-inch DEX, which is our 3rd biggest TVL protocol. And let's see how 9 inches ticking away, because they've obviously been under some pressure, but they have a lot more products to roll out. Or let's have a look here. Where are we going here? 9-inch PLS. 9-inch PLA, that's the bottom one here. Let's have a look at how 9-inch is doing. All right, so it's just pretty much moving sideways, just down a little bit though. So we're up to quadruple 1058. So it's below sacrifice price still, which may be a good pickup. You have to decide the risk return. You may be able to go to the yield farms, potentially get the upside of capital appreciation, and of course the income from the yield. So it's something that's potentially could be looked at now that it's pulled back in such a massive correction. Down 32% from sacrifice price, from what I can tell. This excludes Ethereum, of course, because 9-inch is also on Ethereum. So we'll see how we go with that. So that still means that Pulsechain is still number one. It's about 160 million plus or minus 10 million TVL. Then number two is PHUX, which is the balancer fork. So PHUX there is number two. That's normally around 35 to 45 million. And of course, the 9-inch is the third biggest TVL. I think it's probably sitting around as a 12 million, somewhere around there, give or take a million, I guess. So that's kind of the play there. Let's look at the BBC token. BBC token here is what time price is it? 7.5 cents, almost just under 7.5 cents there at the moment. The meme coins, of course, is they're all down too. Where the ETH go is at 33 cents, so that's probably the biggest one there. PLD is at quarter of a penny. That seems pretty stable. And Paul Pled there is at 502,000. That is the 9-inch system there. TRH, GameFi. We're going to have, obviously, Jacob on Wednesday, an exclusive interview here on Hex Token, Superman Crypto, and Pulsechain YouTube. Look forward to that. That's going to be big alpha coming out of there. You do not want to miss the episode on Wednesday. If you want to get the all the advantage there, definitely don't miss that. We're going to have an amazing session there with Jacob. Now, what about there? We've got percentage there. Plant is up 4%. Now we are expecting some updates here. So let's go into full screen on Pulsechain. Actually, I'm on Pulsex there. We'll get out of Pulsex. Let's close some of these down. We're going to have, let's get rid of that and add back the overlays. And we're going to get in here. I wish I had the auto overlay in here, but we don't have that. We've got a lot of stuff coming up from Jacob's ecosystem. And I just made that up now, Jacob's ecosystem. But hey, it would be cool to have a name for the whole ecosystem. There's so many protocols. Now, Jacob is one of the top devs, if not the top dev. I don't know. He's super brilliant. That's all I'm going to put up. We've got some great devs out there. I'm thinking of Alex McFurter, people in Liquid Lines and Power City and other things like that. So we've got a lot of high quality devs. But of course, they have PhD mathematicians and access to university professors. I mean, it's pretty crazy from Jacob. And of course, here we got TYRH V4. We're expecting that very soon. So that's sort of, we got the placeholder here at the end of the month, early December. That's going to be a big upgrade for TRH protocol. Obviously, they're getting a lot of audits now as well. So after they had one code incident there, so that caused a big problem. But they have sort of tried to make do with, make compensation for that. And V4 is coming, so that's exciting as well. They've increased their quality assurance there as well. You can be super brilliant, right? But you still need to get those T's crossed and the I's dotted. And so that's moving forward. The next coming up there, of course, is going to be TYZZ, a DeFi Binance. That's going to be in the new year. That's not going to be on Pulsechain, but on BNB. But there may be some crossovers. We'll see how that goes with Pulsechain. And then, of course, PUSD Algo there could be very soon indeed, potentially within the next 2 months, is PUSD Algo. And, of course, that is going to be incredible. The fourth stablecoin, it's going to be an Algo stablecoin. It's going to be a new and improved version of Algo stablecoins there, and it's going to have a miner in as well. The Sacrifice is open at the moment, and I will be covering that a lot more in the future, so stay tuned for that. So that's pretty amazing. And, of course, Pulsepot is also from Jacob's team here. Pulsepot, the world's first peer-to-peer crypto casino. Amazing. And, of course, that needs a lot of price calls, so we're going to have that on Pulsechain. If you had Sacrifice for Pulsepot, you had already got the BNB pot, of course, which launched some time ago and has had a lot of the products launched. But you'd also be getting your copy of the Pulsepot as well when that launches. So we'll get big updates on all these projects and more from Jacob and the BNB pot team, or Jacob's ecosystem, as I say. He's also launched a few other things that have been in the past that have helped Pulsechain users, particularly when you needed Rat Pulse. He helped a lot there too. So he's been a superstar for the community, and we're going to be interviewing with an alpha session on Wednesday. Do not miss it. I repeat, do not miss it if you want to get some edge in the ecosystem here. These are going to be pretty exciting. All right, these are all giants. These are giants. PUSD Algo, TYCZ, DeFi Binance, big giant protocols. TRH V4 is a major upgrade to TRH. And, of course, Pulsepot is going to be an absolutely wonderful place if you like to do gaming, crypto casino. That's going to be amazing too. So stay tuned for all that on Wednesday. All right, that's going to lead us into our final update, though, is the Hex of course, hex.com. Buy Hex on Ethereum or Pulsechain and then burn it for T-shares and start your Hex miner today. The ultimate from Richard Hart, of course, and we're going to get through the daily stats here. I'm going to come back to the chat in a minute, so we'll get back to that. We're 1 hour on, so we're doing pretty good timing. Let's see here, day 1455. Now, yesterday we didn't read out day 54 either, so we're going to do that briefly. So the 26th of November, 1455 days. We're coming up to the 4th birthday of Hex. Don't forget that. 2nd of December 2023, and it's the 4th year birthday. That means we're entering the 5th year for Hex. That's a big deal, folks. Hex launched on the 2nd of December 2019. We're almost up to 4 years. We've got real maturity. The ecosystem is very mature. We've got a whole ecosystem. If you did miss out on the Future of Hex presentation, it is in the Discord. It's people have really liked it, and you're going to get a lot of insights there. You're going to see it all bring together what the future of Hex looks like coming ahead. So definitely check that out on the Discord. The presentation is saved there. You can get access to that even if you missed the live presentation. I may do another one next weekend just for those that missed again, since we've had quite a bit of feedback on that. So definitely get into that. The future of Hex is a big deal. All right, so 26th of November 2023, the price there at 0.6 of a penny, down 7.7% today. But what will happen this week? Let's see what happens. We're at the highest of stakes launching on the 28th on all the global streamers. It's a big deal. So let's see how that goes. Those are sort of things that have a big thing at the beginning and then ramp up over time, right? As more and more people are surfing their streaming service and get to see the highest of stakes. So it's going to be pretty fun. That stands out too. The imagery is fantastic. All right, so payout per T-share 6.679 today. We had 6.669 yesterday. The share rate has not jumped as anticipated. So we were using Hexfire's predictions, which have been very accurate. They're from Crispy Man, but they have not jumped today. So I'm not sure what happened there, but if we find out, we'll let you know. Average mining length is 7.03 years, and the APY rate there 38.8%. That's for existing T-share miners. What else we got going there? The ownership pool is down 500. We're down 2,700 yesterday. We got 9,741,000 T-shares in the ownership pool on Hex. All right, lock percent of coins. 9.4% of all Hex is locked on the old Ethereum chain. We had pretty modest penalties the last 2 days. In fact, the last 5 days have been very low. That's a very good confidence sign, folks, in the chart. That's very it's kind of a leading indicator that you're not getting a lot of in-stake penalties there, and that means there might be a lot of price resistance. Like our price is going down a little bit, but there may be quite a lot of price resistance there to go further. And of course, we've got the highest of stakes coming out. It really could get going, and even the chart itself looks like it could get really bullish. We may see some breakouts, so just keep a lookout on that. The other thing, of course, coming up April next year, we've got the Bitcoin halving, and of course, the last time we had a Bitcoin halving, Hex took off to the moon. So is that another indicator of a Hex reversal into the bull market? And of course, we've got the bull markets just started warming up as well. So we've got a lot of little indicators that are teasing us about where Hex might go in the future as the ultimate CD miner, of course, store of value income earner. So it looks pretty amazing. Let's get into the number of holders at the moment, the growth numbers. We're up 13 liquid holders on Ethereum, down 9 miners at the moment, and we're sitting at 190,751 miners there on the old Ethereum chain. Moving to a Pulsechain, which was day 198. It says 1455, but really it's day 198. 26th of November, we got the price there at 1.05 cents, so over 1 cent. We're holding strong there. Down, slightly down on the prices there. We had 2 up days, down slightly the last couple of days. And the payout per T-share, 6.65 Hex per T-share. That's the main thing you care about. If you get burn your Hex for T-shares, you want to know how much Hex am I getting, right? Well, you're getting 6.65 a day at the moment, but that's only going to grow over time, especially if you get a T-share ladder. If you get a T-share ladder up where you start mining over different periods of time. I always like the ladder approach because it's kind of like a passive income. Obviously, mathematically speaking in Hex, the longer you go, the more you get. That's just the way it goes there. The share rate up 13 today to 30,638. So earlier pays better. That's the key. Average mining length 6.9 years, so shorter than on the Ethereum chain. 38% APY at the moment for existing T-share miners. Let's have a look at the ownership pool. 9,388 T-shares down today. We're sitting at 9,781,800 T-shares. Now remember, we used to be as high as 11.2 million, and now we're below 9.8 million. So it's getting pretty cool in the old T-share club there. You're going to be earning more of the Hex reward because the Hex reward is growing. So it really does reward those T-share, long T-share miners. Lock percentage of coins, 9.6% of all Hex is locked on Pulsechain. We've got pretty modest penalties the last 4 days as well. And we're sitting at 65 million Hex in the reward pool. So Hex is really easy to understand. We have a reward pool with the Hex in it, about 65 million a day. We have the ownership pool that has about 9.8 million T-shares in it. Those T-share holders get all the Hex in that reward pool. That's how simple Hex is. So you just got to get as many T-shares as you can so you can get as much of the reward pool as you can. How do you get more T-shares? Earlier pays better. The share rate is going up against you. What does the share rate reflect? It reflects compound interest, and basically means that long people beat out short-term miners. That's pretty much what it does. Longer pays better. You get up 20% shares per year. Up to 10 years, it's about 200% more shares. So that's the biggest benefit most people get. And then, of course, the third thing is bigger pays better. You get up to 150. You get up to 10% based on up to 150 million there. So Hex at your stake. So, and at the current prices of Hex, people can get quite a bit of volume to get some of that reward. So it's pretty neat. Now, looking at the growth numbers there, we got up 26 liquid holders on Pulsechain. We're up 11 miners on Pulsechain. We've got 124,576 miners on Pulsechain. So there's about 5,000 more miners on Pulsechain than there is on Ethereum at the moment. So those are the numbers for Hex.com. Definitely check it out. And Hex has gone full DeFi mode, just like Pulsechain and the official bridge and the Explorer and the everything else. That's pretty neat with Richard recently. Day 1456 now on the Ethereum side, and day 199 on Pulsechain side. We're heading towards some glory there for the birthday, the 4th Hex birthday coming up. And of course, Maddie Allen is doing a big conference coming up on that. So it's going to be a fun time for the 4th birthday, and everyone's going to be excited about that. All right, Hex.com, check it out. Links in the video description, of course, and join our Discord. We do have a helpline on Crypto Helpline in our Discord, which is pretty much exclusive. I think we're the only influence in the space with a helpline. So get in there into our Discord, and people ask questions all the time. They get a lot of good answers. So it's a pretty good place to be. And of course, we make the Discord as a private Discord, so it is as safe as we can possibly make it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. We have an amazing moderator and leadership team in there to help, as well as the community is pretty special too. So definitely join up to our Discord, links in the video description. So that's pretty much it for the show. The big story of the day, of course, Fetch Oracle is live. We're waiting for Pulsechain, Liquid Loans, and many other protocols to launch. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be covering a lot of the stuff in the weeks ahead here. We're going to get as many interviews as we can. We're going to be doing a lot of protocol rundowns. We're going to be doing a lot of strategy stuff, particularly in Discord and the Strategy Club. We're going to have that next level stuff in there. So we're going to have a great time here on Hex Token, Superman Crypto, and Pulsechain YouTube. Let's go to the chat and see who else is left. After that, we've got about 70 people, so big welcome to everybody. I think we've gotten up to about 90 there at some stage, so great to everybody in the house. Let's see who else is here. There's the Discord link if you want to join up today. I do encourage you. We're going to have some great Edge Alpha there. What else there? We got Astri in the house. We're excited. I'm excited too. We got Wookie is excited. Woohoo! Starting to get full face. Nice one there, Wookie. Who else? We got Coffee in the house there. When is Liquid Loans launching? Probably within the next week is my guess there, Coffee. They're just connecting up the final things there. I'll probably play out his video on the way out if you want to hear that again. Magic Upright says barista order is close to complete. Once done, it's go time, no more waiting. So just to let you guys know what Magic Upright is referring to, and that is the barista there. So barista order is close to complete, and once done, it's go time, no more waiting. So there we are. Beautiful UI, by the way, Magic Upright. This is hot to try. Look at that. Beautiful stuff. But post the link to this in the chat there. Now you can play around with this on testnet, on Pulsechain testnet, harvest some bean, and you never know your luck there with that. So let me post this if you guys want to play on testnet, and you never know your luck with the Magic Upright. Bam. Good thing you reminded me about that one. Let's go. Bam. Where is it here? Bam. There it is. Get on there and start mining some bean on a Pulsechain testnet v4. If you don't have the details to Pulsechain testnet v4, join our Discord. Under useful links, we have Pulsechain testnet v4 details, and you can add those if you want to play around on the barista there, head of the Liquid Loans launch. Sandy B says, I hate waiting. More patience required. Who else is there? We got Tom Boss in the house there. Reflect or reflux. Yeah. You take my guess on that, Tom Boss. I can't remember what I said. I thought it was reflux. I'm not sure. Who else has jumped on here? Stephen says, what time Wednesday is the session with Jacob? It's going to be the same time as this daily show. So it's going to be 12:30 p.m. NZT time. So that's New Zealand time. So you can put that NZT 12:30. We will be having most of the show will be dedicated to his ecosystem and his updates. It's going to be alpha. You do not want to miss it, honestly. And of course, we'll have on the back end, I'll probably have the daily update, which will be short and brief. I may actually move my daily update to later in the day. So I might have two streams on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. Whatever works best, we'll work it out. Great presentation, says Sandy Beach. Thank you so much. What else there? We get jumping through that. I think we're almost finished, are we? Thank you, says Martin Cartwright. You're most welcome, as always. And Bristol is fun to play with, says Sandy Beach. It is indeed. Superman going to fly us into the Super Bowl. I agree. We're going to have a lot of fun. And come fly with me. We're going to the moon, and we're going to get the bags pumped on the old crypto. All right, it's a good place to finish. I'm going to play out Crypto Crazy's announcement of the live launch of the Fetch Oracle, which is, like I say, the biggest thing, biggest utility to launch since Pulsechain blockchain itself, in my view. It's going to unleash a whole ton of protocols, and of course, the biggest and the best. It's also going to attract a lot more other projects that need an Oracle, a decentralized Oracle, into the house, including price and non-price data. It's also going to open up a lot of other avenues, like being a Oracle reporter and earning some Fetch token revenue that way. So it really is pretty neat there. I'll leave it to Crypto Crazy to lead us out. Take care, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed this alpha show. Big shout out to the Liquid Loans team. Well done on getting the Fetch Oracle over the line. Big deal there, and a big shout out to the Teller Oracle, which is being used for this technology as well. So pretty cool. All right, peace out. Bye for now.
Just with an update on where things are at, wanted to let you know that Fetch is now live. We're very excited about this. We have the audit report back from Halborn. We had some issues to resolve, nothing major, but really important for us to go through that process with the Halborn team. So the exciting news for us, though, is that Fetch is doing exactly as we had hoped. It's working really, really well for us. At this point in time, what we're focusing largely on is the integration process between Fetch and Liquid Loans. We're very close, guys. So this is a bit of a heads up. Liquid Loans is next. And obviously with Fetch now on mainnet, we will be going through a series of tests to make sure that it integrates well with Liquid Loans. Predominantly now, that's our focus. Liquid Loans has been available now for 3 months, obviously on testnet. The integration testing obviously is going to happen, and we need to go through that process before we can release on mainnet, but we are very, very close. So hopefully you guys have had an opportunity of playing around with Liquid Loans, and now we're just on the countdown, guys. So we're very excited about where we're at. I had the pleasure of meeting a community member just recently. It was really exciting to hear what he has planned, because it kind of reinforces the reason why Dave and I actually looked at Liquid Loans as an option for the community. And that is that what we really want to see happening is people using the protocol in a way that they can extract value without ever having to sell. And the rationale behind that is you never want to sell an appreciating asset. And more importantly, by not selling the asset, you are in fact avoiding any taxable event that may occur. So in this situation, this fellow is actually looking to pay off his home loan, which we're really, really happy about. So fundamentally, he'll be extracting value using the protocol and using those funds to actually pay off his home loan, which is such a fantastic outcome. And it's exactly why Liquid Loans was actually developed. This is just one clear example as to why you would want to use Liquid Loans. And again, it's not something that you would do lightly. You need to make sure that your collateral levels are right and that you don't subject yourself to a potential liquidation. But in this instance, this fellow is actually looking to pay off his home loan and do that in a way that he hasn't sold his pulse, he's just extracted value. And most importantly, it also hasn't created a taxable event for himself. So we're really, really happy about that. So guys, if you have any other suggestions as to how people might use Liquid Loans, just add them to the comments below. Obviously, this is one great example. There's many others, but certainly we'd like to hear from you in terms of how the community may benefit from using the protocol.